You've heard me talk before? You have? Okay. Probably heard me a little bit. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna do a quick bio, and then I'm gonna read some quotes that I have from Les Brown, and then we'll get started. I'm good at a lot of things, but they tend to like me to talk about open houses. And I try to get away from it, and then they push me back in and say, talk about open houses, talk about open houses. So we're gonna go over the system processes and everything that's kind of on this piece of paper right here and stuff like that. Then I have everybody just to make for everybody. And what I want to talk about besides system of processes and mindsets and affirmations and putting the work in. So that's a lot about this as well. And do I have a clicker, or do I just hit the button over there? Or you just hit the button over there? One of them?
Oh, it's like one of two computers.
Okay.
Sorry, I screwed that up.
It's okay. You go ahead and hit to the next one. Okay. So before we get started, everybody know who Les Brown is? Motivational speaker, author. Yes, no?
No.
Yes. If you don't know who Les Brown is. Okay. So do what is easy, and your life will be hard. Do what is hard, and your life will become easy. So I say this because open houses are not easy. They're far from easy. They put you outside your comfort zone. They force you to do things you don't want to do. And they force you to do things you don't want to do. And they force you to work when you don't want to work and do things you don't want to do, like working on a Sunday. But working on a Sunday is when the best day happens, as a lot of you may know. Let's see what else I got. Most people fail in life, not because they aim too high and miss, but because they aim too low and hit. You know, and you coming here, you being here, is showing that you want to do something more. You want to learn more. You want to progress more. And that's huge, right? So I go to a lot of training events. I invest a lot of money in training events. Todd invests a lot more than I do in training events, and he teaches me that well. Oh, what's this?
Huh?
Your second page?
Oh.
I'm trying to see. Sorry, we're messing with the clicker right now, but it's not working.
First page, second page?
Go to the third one. Next one. Okay, there we go. That's the first page. Okay. So one more, and then we're going to start. If you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to start to be great. So a lot of people think that they have to master this open house thing, but doing it is the first step, right? Doing it is the first step. I've been with, let me know when you're done.
Go ahead. Tell me to switch. You got to tell me to switch because I screwed something up earlier.
You can face it towards me and I can switch.
No, it's fine.
You can turn it.
I'm good. I'm going to be the.
Go back to the first one. Okay, so I think I've been in real estate, I don't know, more than 5 years, 6 or 7 years. This is kind of old. This is about a year old. I've been teaching this with EXP a little over a year, so this isn't completely updated. I've been with EXP, I think, for 3 years, going on 3 years, and I've iconed every year. Everybody here, almost everybody's here with EXP. So icon is where you cap, and once you cap, you do 20 deals and get your stock back, or you get your cap back. So that's what that means. So it's not an easy thing. Has anybody iconed here? Right? It's eligible, maybe not eligible too. Okay. And then, so we're going to talk about building relationships, closing deals. My goal is to beat the sun up every day. This guy does it with me, and that's sitting here, and have as many vacations with my family as possible. And he probably does that too. Next. Okay. So you can skip that next.
All right.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about mindset, right? So I think this is what the #1 killer is with open houses, and right now, there's two things I'm going to say about right now. If there was a time, and I would just if there was a time to do open houses, this is it. If there was a time to do open houses, this is it. Before COVID, I would have 4 to 6 people come to the open house, maybe less. But I only need one. I don't care how many comes. I just need one person to be a good client, right? So before COVID, it was harder. It was harder to get people to come into the open house. After COVID, what are we hearing? How many people have done open houses in here? I know you have. How many? Okay, so this year, talking about this year, how many people have done 5 open house total this year? A total of 5. So so everybody else, how many has done a total of 10? Total 10, total 10, total 10. How many's done like 15? How many have I done? I don't know, I lost count. However many Sundays so I do them every single Sunday, right? So do I want to do that? No, but I know if I don't do that, my closing board isn't going to have closings on it. Half of my closings have, Kristen might know this exactly, but almost half of my board, my closing today that I'm going to right after this is from an open house. Is it? I can't remember for this. It's from open house and it's 600, how much is it? 580? I don't know, something like that. So the closing I'm going to after this is from an open house. The closing that I had last week is from an open house. So this works. The thing is if your mindset isn't locked in to continuously do this, it's not going to work. You're going to do one open house, you're going to do 2 open houses, you're going to do 3 open houses, and then you're not going to want to do them anymore because they're not fun or they're hard, or they might be too challenging or something like that. So your mindset has to be locked in, right? I have, what I try to piggyback on is my natural skill set. So my natural skill set is talking to people, building relationships. That's easy for me. I don't have to think. I don't have to go out of my way to listen, right? I might talk too much, but then I'll try to mirror the personality and listen, right? So you want to, and what I mean by natural skill set, what did you do before real estate, right? And I would write this down. What did you do before real estate, right? And pair that up with real estate. The frustrating thing about this is if we go in there and say, hey, I'm a realtor, come work with me, they don't care. The realization of this is they do not care about you unless you can add value. I'm going to say that again. They don't care. If you cannot add value to their life, if you cannot help them, if you cannot make them money, if you cannot out-negotiate, if you cannot get the house under contract, if you cannot go shoot videos while they're at work, if you cannot call them 20 times a day and let them know what's going on, they do not care. And they're going to find someone else who will, right? So you got to find your natural skill set, right? So mine is good at customer serving. I got a caring heart, and my background's in construction. So when I talk to someone, the first thing I say is, and we can role play with this. You tell me what you do, and I can tell you what to say. My background is in construction. I spent 10 years driving all over Central Florida. And when I say a decade, I would do 40 to 45,000 miles a year, new set of tires every year, doing 10 to 15 appointments a week. Darren's only heard me say this like 15 times. And the reason why I'm saying that is I know every single subdivision that's out there. I know the cities, I know the subdivisions. So if I have someone that is new to the area, and I'm doing an open house in Apopka, I'm doing an open house in Orlando, Claremont, Winter Garden, Roto, Coe, well, maybe not a Coe, Winter Springs, Castleberry. I know the area very well. So I'm adding value. They're like, oh my gosh, hey, this guy, we can look here, we can look there. So I fall back on that. So I just told them that I service a large area. My background is in construction. I sold additions. I sold window screen, pavers, concrete, pool enclosure, sunroofs. My niche is adding additions. So now I know about the house. So my goal is to negotiate the repairs better for them than anybody else. So when I talk to them, I'm going to fall back on my natural skill set and say, okay, my background is this. I'm going to pair it with what I'm doing now, and that's how we're going to win. Right? And Kristen, write this down. Don't let me forget to say the rebuttal, my new rebuttal. So I'll send everybody a link to that too. So let me, I'll pick on Brett. Brett, what did you do? What did you do before real estate?
So I was in the treasury management group of Wells Fargo. So I covered the whole Southeast.
Money movement. So, something I would think of is when I'm talking to someone, how many years did you do that?
15.
And you went to school for it?
Well, kind of. I majored in accounting.
Yeah. So I majored in accounting. I have over 15 years of working at Wells Fargo in the Treasury Institute, knowing how the interest rates work, knowing how the interest rates are formed, knowing how the market is based off the interest rate. I apply that knowledge in helping you buy a home. I apply that knowledge in helping you find a lender. I apply that knowledge in helping you find the best lender. So to pair what we do, has anybody ever heard anybody do this? Like nursing, firefighter, are you a firefighter? Yeah. Okay, so I know there's a lot of firefighters, I've heard a lot of firefighters. So unfortunately, if we just say we're a realtor, That doesn't work unless you're Todd, right? Todd's been doing this for 25 years. He has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of closings, you know, and he started in the his parents were in the real estate business, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't have that luxury. I'm like at 6 or 7 years into this. So I just don't have that pipeline to grow off of, and that's what I do.
But you have a second knowledge of something.
Yes, yeah, and that's I really, you know, let's talk about what we're doing here, right? Whether we're listing a house, and Kristen, you just watch my time. Where's the timer? So
Yeah, 11:15.
okay, so let's talk about what we're doing here. I can go through this stuff fast. I really want to focus on this. This is easy. This is easy. This is just systems and processes, and you're going to see what I do. But if we don't have this stuff down, we're not going to do it correctly, right? So what are we doing here? We're going to try to help someone buy a home, and we're going to try to help someone sell a home, right? Half of my listings come from open houses. That's data. That's hard data that I put into my database, my follow-up boss, my CTE, my tracking system. That's not me coming up with these numbers. Half of my listings, half of my business comes from, sorry, let me rephrase it. Half of my business comes from open houses, and half of that is listings, because when they need to buy, they need to sell. It's not as big as it was before COVID, because, you know, it's hard to buy and sell, because where are you going to go if you can't replace what you have? But half of the listings that I have right now that I've gotten this year were from open house clients that I've helped buy, and they've had 1 or 2 homes, and now they're looking to sell again. So you can really master this. Why am I forgetting his name? Don. Don has this approach, a stool with 3 pegs, or what is it called? 3, whatever. The thing's a hold the chair, right? So the three-legged stool. So the way I think about it is, in order to become full-time, and Todd pushed this to me too, you have to have 3 sources. You have to have 3 sources of leads, right? You got to have 3 successful sources that are pumping leads into your database, that are pumping closings into your database, that are pumping leads and closings into your database. You have to have 3. I'm barely hitting 3 full time, right? The success I'm doing is barely hitting 3, and I'm trying to hit 4, right? So open houses is a guaranteed 1. I know if I don't do an open house this Sunday, if I don't do 3 Sundays out of a month, I'm not going to see them on my phone. That's just the reality of it. So I push that, right? So I'm going to go back. I'll come back to that. We'll move on. A winning mindset is everything. I run Saturday and Sunday in the mornings, and it helps my mind through the Saturday and Sunday. I train during the week, but I run on Saturday and Sunday when I wake up. For the most part, I normally don't miss it. And when I go, that helps put my mind in check to go to work, right? The sun, sweating, getting out there, go for a walk, go walk your dog, you know, go do yard work, I don't know, wake up and do something, and then go do your open house. You're gonna prep yourself to be ready. You know, that helps me. You don't have to do that, but I highly recommend that. And that's what I do. You gotta have a winning mindset. Every single open house before I do it, I'm writing down what my goals are, right? I'm writing down what my goals are. I want 1 cash buyer, and I want 1 finance buyer, or as many cash buyers as I can get, and then I want 1 listing, right? I go in there with the mindset that this is what I'm going to get. I'm not going to leave. I'm not going to stop talking. I'm not going to stop doing my thing, because I got to talk to 8 people to get that. I got to talk to 10 people to get that. It just doesn't happen overnight. And then I'm big on affirmations. I can send you the one that I read every day before this guy sees me in the morning. We go to the same CrossFit gym at 6 a.m. He was there this morning, right?
No, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Fred.
Almost
say
everyone.
yes. Almost everyone.
Police board.
He has something wrong with his foot or something. But I read affirmations on my way to the gym, and then on my way from the gym, I'm listening to a podcast or a 7-8 minute that motivational thing. So I'm big on affirmations. You know, I'm not going to say anything you don't know, right? I'm not going to tell you anything you don't know. I'm just going to remind you of what you already know, and I want you to use and practice. Our brain pushes 8,000 to 9,000 negative thoughts every single day. It is easy for us to get mad. It is easy for us to get frustrated. You have to counter that. We're in the hardest industry. Our 87% fail every single year. 87%. 87%. You don't need to be the 87%. You're here. You're willing to learn. You're willing to push yourself. You don't have to be those numbers. You can be the top 10, the top 15%. How do you do it? Every successful person, every major athlete, movie star, big entrepreneur has a routine in the morning, has a successful routine in the morning. And I guarantee you affirmations are one of them. Okay. So I'll kind of lay off of that. We can go back to that if you have questions. So timeline, we're going to talk about what I do before the open house, during the open house, after the open house. Now, after we get into the after the open house, follow-up. We're going to talk about the follow-up that I do before the open house. I'm going to talk about the follow-up that I do after the open house and the persistency. This is the most, if this wasn't important, this is going to be the most important thing. Because if you don't do these two things, if you don't do these right here, you might as well wasted your time. And how do I know this? It's because I dropped the ball. Ask Kristen. It's because I dropped the ball. I get too busy and I'm not pushing, I'm not staying in front of them and I'm not relevant. And then they find someone else, right? And they already bought a home, or I didn't call them back fast enough. Persistency is how I'm able to get the amount of business I get and how I'm able to stay on top. I haven't been doing this a long time. 6 or 7 years isn't a long time. Being full-time 3 years and then having my own office because, this guy over here mentoring me and, pushing me out of this one in a very nice way. Which I love this office. I look kind of like here. But but he wanted me to grow. He wanted me to expand. I can't have 3 or 4 team members, a full-time employee in here.
Yeah.
So he saw that in me and said, "Hey, let's do this, right?" So I haven't, right, and make it as nice as possible. But like I haven't. How long? I haven't been full time more than 3 years. I had my own office within 2. That's a 5-year lease. Right? That's scary. That's a lot of money, right? That's a lot of money.
Short-term marriage.
Yeah. So go ahead and click the next one. Okay. So we talked about mindset. I'm going to win. Kristen, how many times do I say this a day? Okay. How many times do I say I'm not going to fail?
Before you leave, it's determined.
Yeah. Right. So how many problems? I don't want to say problems. But how many hurdles do we run into a day?
A lot.
Right. So your mindset is everything, right? We're talking about open houses, but I'm really going to talk to you about what's inside your mind. How are you seeing it, right? Because you're not going to stay good at anything unless you have the right mindset. I will not fail. I'm not going to lose what I've got. I'm not going to lose what I've acquired, and I'm not going to lose for my client. I yesterday, I'm going to need this guy's help and probably that guy's help. No, he's already helping me. We took on Angela, a client, and I have this impossible task to sell this property that is, I don't know how I'm going to do it in order to save the deal that we had that I didn't even think we we're going to get. But am I gonna run from it? No, I'm gonna give 110%, and I'm either gonna do one or two things. I'm either gonna win or I'm gonna fail. But I guarantee you, if I fail, I'm gonna win the second time around, right? So you having this mindset of I'm gonna win every single day is gonna push you to talk to more people. It's gonna push you to be creative. All right, go ahead. All right, so we talked about 50% of my business was from open houses. Let's talk about why I started open houses, and he knows, go back. They're free, they don't cost any money, right? Well, mine kind of costs a little bit of money, but when I first started, I didn't spend the money that I spend now. I was working 5 days a week, running appointments. I hated it. I love what I did. I hated the person that I worked for. And I can say that because I worked for him for 10 years. He's a great guy, but I did not enjoy working for him. The stress, the negativity wasn't for me. I didn't like it. I had to get out of it. That's why I took this guy to lunch well before when I first got my license and learned the real estate process and who was doing well, right? And everybody I talked to said you need to find something that's going to push leads into you, right? So how did I do that? Well, I'm working Monday through Friday. What can I do Saturday and Sunday that's not Zillow, that I'm not buying things, that I can use my natural skill set, which is talking to people. That's open houses. You don't need any money to do this. You just got to find the listings, right? I put out 30 to 40 signs, so that's going to cost some money. I print a whole bunch of stuff, not a whole bunch, but a little bit of stuff. I have a table. I have the plastic sign holders. I have hand sanitizer bottles. I have a little bit of money, but it's very little. Right? So I said, how can I go to one place and have people come to me? I don't want to call for sub-owners, right? I know I can be good at it, but I didn't want to do that. I didn't have time. I was working Monday through Friday. I didn't run any leads during Saturday and Sunday unless it was a big closing or a big job I'm signing at me. So that's why I did open houses. How many here are your first year in the business? First year? I should ask that question. First year? Okay, and then everybody else is 2 or 3 years. How many years on his team?
3.
3? Okay. So Todd, me and Todd, talk a lot. So he implicates a lot of my stuff, and I implicate a lot of his stuff, as you'll see some of the flyers. But I try to take advantage of it as much as I can. You need to leverage the people that you know, and they're going to leverage you just like he's leveraging me to teach, right? And then all the other stuff that he wants me to do for him. But if you ask Todd, do you want to go do open houses? He's going to say no.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. But Todd, if you ask Todd, do you get more listings than buyers? He's going to say yes, right? So how do you get to that, right? That takes 20, that takes decades to do. So you need to leverage someone like that to get the open houses to do, right? So, I try to do it for you. If your team members are like, let's see her. Angela, the one that we're working on now, came from the last open house I did for you, and with the gentleman, it was his listing. It was in a
Rob. Yeah.
With Dalton.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So Angela. I'm working with Angela. We have a house under contract. That's going to be a challenge, but I'm not going to back down. And then there's another one. So just from that, I have 2 things on the board right now. And that was, what was that, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
At least 3 weeks ago.
They're live active buyers. I mean, is what the thing is with open houses.
You've got to put yourself in the line of fire. And how many, and Dalton was with me. Dalton's telling me, go there.
Okay, well, easy.
Yeah, it was, and it was Dalton and another guy. I don't know who the other guy is. But Dalton was, I couldn't have done what I did without him. And you have to pick who you're going to want to talk to. Okay, let's go to the next one. The point I'm trying to make is you got to go put yourself out there. And the hardest thing is finding listings. Brett has a lot of listings, right? So he can do his own listings. But what happens when you don't have any listings? I don't have any listings right now, and I'm trying to find an open house for Sunday.
We have 13 vacant lots we just listed.
You know what? I'll put a 10 out there.
Yeah. I mean, there's a way to market them.
I'll guarantee you, I'll get people to come and I'll show them what they can build and sell that lot.
There you go.
They see an open house, I'm dead serious.
I'll pull into the vacant lot. I mean, there's a strategy behind it. I guess you could do
I'll put a
that.
tent right there with the table saying this lot's for sale, and here's the builder. And I guarantee you I'll get these. Because what's gonna happen, and you put the open house on the, you put it on Zillow, and you put it on the MLS, and I guarantee you people are gonna come from that. There's an open house at this lot, let's go check it out. Right, so just a little technical, behind the scenes stuff. Zillow or realtor.com do not know open houses exist unless they're on the MLS, right? Zillow, realtor.com do not know they exist unless they're on the MLS. So if it's not your listing, or if it's not Todd and you don't have Ashley, or I don't know if Ashley's doing, they're good. You need to check. You need to make sure the listing agent's doing that, right? So, and before Kristen, that's what I did. Now I have Kristen, and she does that. She makes sure Friday, Saturday. It's on there. Just like me and Darren realized, what's her name, made it pending and didn't tell us. And we get there and we're there for an hour, no one's coming, right? And I left. I'm not going to waste my time, but I said, hold it. And I had the 2 open houses that me and him did together. I've already had 2 closings, and I have 1 on the board, and I have 2 listings coming from it, and then I have another one. So what is that, 5 or 6? So 6 deals from 2 open houses.
Yeah.
That's how I stay in business, right? That's how I stay in business. And they're all $400,000 or $500,000 homes. They're really good leads. So, all right. So here's what was the last page? Okay. So I'm a big Tom Ferry fan. This is the mega open house, but this isn't real, right? This isn't. Everybody know who Tom Ferry is?
Oh yeah.
Right. Okay. Who's listening to him right now actively? Okay. Highly recommend it. I did that for 2 to 3 years. I need to get back to him. I got a couple of people that I'm looking at. He has free podcasts, free YouTube, free this, free that. I've been to 4 of his Orlando things where they teach his coaching. I think his coaching is a great investment. I didn't do it, but I don't think it's a bad investment. And his dad, Mike Ferry's awesome. His dad, Mike Ferry, is a different type of
It's
coach.
the cold calling versus open house.
So pick your personality. It's really going to match your personality. So this was good before COVID. Now COVID, this doesn't make sense. So Monday I would record a video and invite my database. Record a video. Sorry, to invite, and then email your video to your database, post it on your seller's Facebook page. I've never done that. Excuse me, I've never done that. A lot of these sellers don't have a Facebook page. And then to get the word out, send invitations by mail or door knock. I don't do any of this until Friday. So this is just kind of condensed. Thursday, door knock, mail expired listings in the area. I didn't do that. And then Sunday, 9:30, 11, put out many signs. Don't do this. Do not go put out signs 9:30 to 11. If your open house is 1 to 4, now this is at 11:30 to 1, so that makes sense. You don't put the signs out. You do not put the signs out until you set up your open house. So Darren knows this. I go to the house first. So let's say the open house is 1 to 4. When's the best time to do an open house? 1 to 4. What day is it? Sunday. When's the best time? 1 to 4. What day is it? Sunday. I'm just not saying that. I'm saying that because of the numbers that I've produced. That's where they came. If I have to pick let's say if it was either Saturday or Sunday and I had to pick a day, I'll pick Sunday. If I had to pick either day, it's going to be Sunday. More people come on Sunday. More people are going to friends' houses. More people are shopping. More people are driving with their moms or sisters or brothers.
The kids' sports are a lot more on Saturdays than they're on Sundays. It just seems like daily relaxation. Yeah.
I don't hear a lot of church. I just hear, I saw your sign going here. I saw your sign going there, right? 80% of the people signing in were from signs before COVID. 80%. So 80% are, and Darren knows my, and I'll send everybody my script. All right, so I'm gonna hold that thought. So the best time is Sunday, 1 to 4, right? I'm gonna flyer the neighborhood either Saturday or Friday. Maybe 50. I have little door hangers pre-made. They might already be on here. There's gonna be a picture of them. I do not do a seller's lunch. I don't bring food. Not a fan of food. It makes a mess. I have a Bluetooth speaker that I had set up somewhere, and I have my laptop and my iPad with its
Registration.
what is it? Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I don't know why I can't say that word. But my hotspot. I have my iPad. I don't use my hotspot on my phone because I want to use my phone, but I have my iPad and my hotspot. So my book bag goes everywhere with me. I can do business anywhere because of that book bag. So the reason why, you can go to the next one. The reason why I set up this table is I don't have to use the kitchen table to do this. I don't have, what if there's no furniture, right? If you walk in, everybody has this picture. If you walk in and you see this, you know what to do. You go, I say hand sanitizer, sign-in sheet, flyer. And they just hand sanitizer, sign-in sheet. And if you notice, the sign-in sheets are on these little clipboards. They're just on a half clipboard that I got from the Dollar Tree with my kids. And my kids picked them out and they're Dr. Seuss. Just on a half clipboard, right? So I want privacy, right? So I have 4 or 5 of these in there. I have 4 or 5 of these sitting on the table with the pens and everything set up, right? Well, why don't you use an iPad? Why don't you use an iPad? Okay, I tried that. Okay, not a problem. What if you have 4 people trying to come in and they try to take your iPad? My iPad's playing my music, my iPad's running my computer, it's doing all these other things. They walk away from it, there goes my computer, there goes the music, they're signing in, they get to 3 different lines, and then they set it back and they're done. And how am I gonna go? So it just didn't work for me. It might work for you. Now, who's to say that I don't have that bar number kind of all over the place? There's a barcode that's missing here. I have a barcode. They can take a picture, and it takes them right to my follow-up box, and it takes them to the address of the open house, and they can sign in there too. So out of the 10 people that sign in, one's gonna do that. You're always gonna have one that does that, right?
The one on the front takes them to the website, so they can try it, it's active.
Oh, yeah, this is, yeah.
Is that the Ylopo sign-in page?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use Ylopo.
So whatever your websites are, like we've got CD Form, Ylopo, you do the QR code, it just takes them to a registration page. And those are things that are easy to build out.
This takes them to an address.
No, that one doesn't, it takes
That
them
one-
to your,
that
it's how
takes-
to get their information.
Okay, gotcha. So the one that we make for the open house actually takes them to that open house. Why do we do that? Because it tags them in the database for that address. That's why we do that, okay? So I'm gonna come back to that. We're gonna get to that over here. Go back one. Okay, social media. I try to be consistent. If you follow my social media, you're gonna see the same thing for the open houses on my story. And it's gonna be, we made it in Canva. We're gonna see it at the next page. So I start my marketing a couple days out, right? Now, I have the same people see me. Darren saw this. A couple of you have seen this. The same people every weekend see my signs and they come say hi. You know, that's awesome. And they hang out with me. I'm like, I got nothing to do. Let's talk about buying a house. We got to sell your house though. Let's focus on that. You know, so they follow me. What am I doing? I'm building value. I'm not going anywhere. I'm right where they're looking, right? So and it's taken me years to do that, right? I have door hangers we put out. We talked about that. Try to gain 3 leads from each. So when I have a listing, right? So if I'm doing my own listing, I'm doing an open house at my listing. I'm going to talk about that for a second. So let's pretend I'm Brett. Brett has a listing, right? Tom Ferry taught me this. I think it was Tom Ferry. You don't get a listing to put under contract. Okay, I got a listing. Let me go get it pending. No, that's not what you do. You don't put a listing on Monday. You don't put a listing on Tuesday. You put the listing on Thursday afternoon, right? And then you're not going to make a decision until Monday. Why are we doing that? Because we want to do as many open houses as we can, right? Todd doesn't necessarily need to, but Todd's going to do it so he can create value for his team.
Well, the idea is you've got Saturday and Sunday, you're creating multiple offers, and this is an odd market we're in, where stuff is selling within 2 minutes. Pre-COVID, that's when you follow that whole plan of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
It would take 14 days to sell. But what I'm just saying, Todd's not doing an open house. He's doing something else on Saturday and Sunday. He's doing other type of work. He's going to follow this system so he can provide. Let me do the open house. Let his team members do. That's what I'm saying. He's not going to put it on unless the seller says something other. They're the boss. You have to listen to them. But let's talk. If in order to be full time at this, you have to get listings. You have to get listings, right? And when you get a listing, you have to have a plan. I talk to so many agents that are new, that are experienced. They get a listing. What are you going to do with it? I'm going to get it under contract. Oh, okay. Well, what else are you going to do with it? I'm going to get it under contract. Oh, okay. Do you have any other plans with it? You've got to have a plan. Each listing needs to get you 3 other listings, 3 closings. It needs to get you 2 buyers and 1 listing. How do you do that? You go market the neighborhood. I have a house. We're putting it on the market today. We're doing an open house Saturday, Sunday. Do you know anybody looking to buy in your neighborhood? Okay. We're going to be there Sunday. We look forward to talking to you. Here's the information. All right. By the way, and then on the script, are you interested in selling, or have you ever been interested? Are you interested in getting to CMA? Depending where the conversation goes. So that's one way. When you go door knocking, the people that are going to come to your open house are going to be sellers. 9 times out of 10, they're going to be sellers, and they're not going to sign in. And when someone doesn't want to sign in, that means that they're not there as a buyer. I'm write this down. I'm going to say that again. Bring road copy this. If someone doesn't want to sign in, you're talking to them the wrong way. Darren's seen do this. You're talking to them the wrong way. They're there as a seller. They don't want to sign in because they think they're signing in as they're looking to buy a home. They're not looking to buy a home. They're looking to sell a home. So why are they going to sign in? So you got to switch the conversation. Are you doing market research to sell your home? Yeah. Oh, okay. I can help you out with that, or we can talk about that too. And then they just start signing. Some of them just start magically writing. I don't want to sign in. Oh, okay. You're looking. Are you living in the neighborhood? Yeah. Oh, okay. Are you looking to sell your home? Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I have a list of houses for sale over here, and I can email you a list of comps. So you switch the conversation, and you're going to be amazed on how. Okay. Well, now that you're talking to them as what they're trying to do, and they let the wall down. Something wrong. So next slide. All right, so this is my story. I'm actually going to email everybody these templates in Canva. Todd has them. I think Gary has them. But this is what I post Friday and Saturday. If I'm doing an open house on Sunday, I'm going to post this like Friday night to go all the way to Saturday. And it has my information, and it's going to say open house, the address, and we play with this a little bit, but I do that. The reason why I keep it the same format is people know when they see that there's an open house, there's an open house. Everybody thinks I have these listings. Well, this one was my listing. Everybody thinks I have these listings. Why do you, when you post this, they don't know that it's for that you're doing a list, you're doing an open house for another listing. You got to look busy. You got to look like you continuously have listings. Buyers and sellers don't understand the concept until you tell them. So when you're posting information about a home, they think it's yours. I'm kind of behind, but I try to do 1 minute, 1.5 minute video a day of a walkthrough. And then I put my information on the back. And I'm doing music and it's a walkthrough. It has my logo. Everybody's seen that on my story. You've seen it, right, on my story? Okay. So I try to do that every single day. And and I don't put the price. I stop putting the price on there and I get more responses. And the uglier the home, the more attention I get. The uglier the home, the more beat up the home, and the bathroom looked bad in one of them. You commented on that one. You know, the worse the home, the more comment. Hey, how much is that? That's the property. So you're just trying to keep eyeballs. So again, I'm trying to stay relevant. I'm trying to stay in front of people. I do a post, I do an event on my business page and I share it to my private page. So I'm going to do an event. If I'm doing 2 open houses on Saturday, on Sunday, I'm going to do an event and I'm going to invite everybody and then I'm going to share it to my personal page. Does that make sense? I don't know if you know how to do that, but I'm going to do an event on my business page, and then I'm going to share it to my personal page and that also puts it in my feed so people know that there's an open house. And then on my Instagram, you're going to see the story. Now on my Instagram business page, I might not put, I'll do the post of the open house, but I'm going to go back and archive it. So it's not just open house, open house, open house, open house. You want to have a clean Instagram page. I'm not trying to get into social media, but what I'm seeing, the cleaner your Instagram page is, where it's just not a whole bunch of random stuff, it's more cleaner. You can go and archive so they don't see the post. So I do a post about my open house, and then a week later I remove it. So it's not just open house, open house, open house. Does that make sense? Okay, go to the next one. There it is. Okay, so the door hangers on my listing for my team, it is mandatory for us to go. I do 50, right? Because this is like 10 minutes. 50 is about an hour, and it's less if you have someone with you, right? So it's every listing I get, I go put these on. Every listing. I missed my last one just because the time to get it out there. And I wrote 50 of them, or Crystal wrote 50 of them down, and I couldn't even use them because we didn't get it out there. But again, now you can do this for someone else's listing too. That if you don't have anything to do when you're new and you don't have anything to do, you have to fill your day with something to do. You're going to do so much free work that's going to turn into value. That's where this misconception is. Everybody thinks that they're going to get a real estate. They're going to do real estate as part-time. They're going to get a real estate and they're going to start having closings. That's not it. Because what's going to happen is they're going to tell that person that needs business done. They're going to meet someone like me that's not part-time, that's full-time, that has more energy than anybody, and that will give their right arm to get the deal done. And I'll guarantee. So when are we going past 12?
12, yeah.
We're going to stop at 12 or
Yeah.
past 12?
12.
12 what?
12.
We'll go to 12 then. All right, so you're going to need me, and
You're gonna need the timeline.
I'm gonna show them that I can get the job done. So the worst thing you want to say is I'm part-time. You never say I'm part-time. This is all I do. I do this day in and day out, and Sundays my business day, right? And I'm dedicated to succeeding, right? You know, and how do I know all this? It's because I spend every weekend listening to people telling me what they don't like about the person that they met or about the person that they're working with. It is easy for someone to complain. It is hard for them to accomplish, to say good things. It is easy.
So you're doing that, those little door hangers, and you're in the neighborhood that you're doing it, you're going to all the doors, knocking.
Yep.
And saying,
Go to
here
the
you
next.
go.
This is, yeah, go ahead. I'm knocking.
Yeah.
I might not knock on every door. I used to. It's a different day and age. And if you're a female, I wouldn't go alone. Go with someone. Me and Kristen go together. So, and I don't want you to think of what to say. I'm going to give you the words. I promised the seller I'd get the word out in the neighborhood. And I was curious, who do you know that might want to live in the neighborhood? Wonderful. Again, this Sunday, 1 to 4, feel free to stop by. I would love to show you the home. By the way, have you ever considered selling your home? You don't have to say that if you don't want to. Tom Fair.
Do you do that the day of the open house or
Friday, 10 to 1, or Saturday, 10 to 1. Because I just don't have enough time.
You're doing it before the open house.
I'm doing it before
No,
the
you're doing it
open
the day before the open house.
Yeah, Friday or
Let's
Saturday.
say you're doing an open house on Sunday.
Uh-huh.
When are you doing the door knock?
Friday or Saturday.
Friday or
The day
If I
before.
miss Friday, I'm doing it
And
Saturday.
you're doing it.
I'd rather do it Saturday. I'd rather do it Friday.
Between what time?
I do it in the morning, 10 to 12, 10 to 1.
What's the idea of the morning 10 to 1? Why that particular
That's just
time?
easiest for me. Is it the best time? It might not be.
It's also cooler out.
It is cooler out, you know?
Well,
I don't mind talk, you're gonna get more people going on a Saturday, right? It's when you have the time, you know? You can go either day. I just do Friday. Saturday might be a better day. Friday afternoon might be better, but I pick my kids up at 6. I get off work at 6 every Friday and I go pick them up from the daycare. That's non-negotiable schedule for me, right? So, okay, go to the next one. Did that answer your question?
I'm always amazed at the open houses that I do, Jeff, is how many people from the neighborhood actually stop by to see it based on their cell phone listing, or they've seen the flyers, or seen the sign. They come by just to check it out, so it just shows busyness as well in the house itself, so it's always, I mean, sometimes it's chaotic, there's so many people going in and out.
I was happy you're there. And then when we first did it, I wasn't training anybody, I was training Jessica, so Jessica came to the next one.
We're gonna send this whole link out to you.
Yep, just make sure.
But it is always good to have somebody at an open house because a partner, not for security purposes, number one for that, but two, if there is multiple people there, because can I give a quick example of what 3 years ago? There was a guy walking out, Liz just said, bye, thanks, nice meeting you. Jeff ran from that person to that guy, chased him out to his car, I call it, and didn't get his information, got his info, sold him a $400,000 house 3 hours later. And now it's had 4 of the listings from the guy. So 6. That that little 5-minute sprint made you 50, 60 grand.
And I'm still working with him.
Yeah.
I listed his Bear Lake property, Bear Lake.
Yeah.
Full price with one of my team members,
Okay.
paid appraisal, right? I did it, right? That's good, right?
This is 3 years later, still working the same client.
Still working the same
Yeah.
client.
So it's why it's good to have people there because now I don't have to let that other person go and just wander off. I can still have the conversation.
His name is Cameron, and you can say, he told me I can say his name. And you always ask. And he came in and he's like, I'm divorced. I got to buy a house before Christmas. This was November 6th. And I need to buy a house for Christmas before my kids. I actually had this address in mind and I'm literally talking to someone and Liz is kind of introducing him. And I hear it. So all I heard is, I already know the address, you just spit it out because I already looked at 2 or 3 addresses around. I do this every day. I know the area. You need to know 2 to 3 addresses before you get there. All right. You need to know. So, I got to take a phone call. I'll be right back. He went outside. I'm not done. I mean, I'm not the smartest guy, but I knew what that meant. So I said, Liz, can you talk to them? I went out there. He got his windows up. I didn't have his phone number at that time. I didn't have anything. I'm carrying my laptop, knocking on his window. Hey, is that the house that you want to see? 430? And he's like, I'm like, he's like, and sure enough, he rolled it down, and I showed him that one. That one didn't work out. Within 5 days, the house under contract. He wanted to buy a lake house. That took 2 other houses, right? So I bought him a house, sold that house, got the lake house. That was $750,000. Sold $300,000 homes, a commercial lot, and then listed his $1 million lake house. Got it under contract. We back, changed his mind, and then the commercial land deal got that, and now I'm selling that. So. Yeah, right. And he has more business, right? So if you do it good and you do your job good, they're going to keep coming back to you. And that doesn't count his brother that used me, his brother that had a listing with me, and then the friends that referred me, right? I'm gonna try to speed through this, right?
Yeah.
So we're still at the beginning of before the open house. I want to get to the past the open house. Here, go back one. I put out a lot of signs. It's okay if you're late. I had Darren there, so I made sure I went way out because Darren was able to already take care of people to put out signs, right? So you have your house, you have the turns getting into the house, you have the subdivision, and I don't mind going one-on-one on with you at another time. Call me when I'm in the front of the subdivision. I'm going to put 3 or 4 signs on this side, 3 or 4 signs on that side, pointing this way, right? I'm not going to the other side of the road. I can. But I'm just going to do that. Now, if there's a light down here, that's not that far, I'm going to go down to that light, and then again, I'm going to put signs pointing this way. And then if there's a light going over here or another intersection, past the subdivision, I'm going to do the same thing. So what I'm trying to say is I don't go on the other side of the road, I stay on the same side of the road. So I'm just crossing this part, and I'm putting 3 or 4 here, 3 or 4 here.
So you're not running across major intersections.
Yeah, be careful. People are dumb, they don't know how to drive, right? But I put out, I have, how many signs do I have? 38? I have 38 or 45 in my truck, I put all of them out, and I put out a banner. Why? Why is it so important to go that extra distance? Because those are the people that seem to be the best buyers. They're going to their aunt's house, they're going to their mom's house, they're on that main road, and they saw the sign and they backtrack. If you just put the signs out in front of the subdivision, you're gonna lose half of it. Before COVID, 80% came from signs. Now, 20 or 30 or 40% come from signs. And another thing, we go to don't go to the next one yet. And another thing, when they come in, you're gonna ask them, how'd you hear about the open house? Did you see it from a sign, or did you see it from Zillow? If they see a sign, they know nothing about the house. Oh, okay, fine, that's awesome. I have other homes in a kitchen counter where my laptop and MLS is already set up. If this one, you're not happy, this one sucks, it's too much, whatever. They're like, now if they say Zillow, you know exactly what they're looking for. Did you see what you're doing here? You're already figuring them out, right? So I have my sign-in sheet flyer, hand sanitizer, everything that's on the picture. Make a list of homes. I'm cheap, I have to pay for printer coloring, printer, right? So I just find 10 homes, and I do customer flyer on the MLS. I can show you how to do this, and it shows me 4 or 5 pictures of the home and a little bit of information. So I pick 10 homes. Let's say I'm doing a $500,000 home. I go to 350 to 650, and I just put 10. I just do a radius of 10, and I do single page. I don't print double side, because I'm going to take that piece of paper and I'm going to staple it. Here's all of them. They're all single side, so they're going to flip through. Okay, this one, there's nothing on the back, it's just single side. And then I'm gonna have a map view of what this is right here, so they can see a map. Now, this information is gonna be in the kitchen, because the business is done the business is done like at the dining room table. I may have heard of that, but business is done at the dining room table. So I have my laptop, I have my MLS up, and I have a mortgage calculator up. Does everybody know the mortgage calculator, how to use the mortgage calculator? You've got to know how to run payments. You go to the next slide. You've got to know how to run payments. If you don't know how to run payments, you're not going to be able to add value. When on my sign-in sheet, one of the questions that says, how much are you looking to spend? How much are you looking to spend a month? I don't know. When they say that, I am jumping up and down. Because I know right there, no one's helping them. I know right there, if they're talking to someone, even if they are, they're not doing a good job, because they don't know how much they want to spend a month. Well, do you rent or do you own? I own. How much is your mortgage payment? $2,300. Do you want to spend less or more? I can spend a little bit more. How much do you want to put down? You need to have this conversation. So this training isn't just about open houses. This training is about, once you're in the open house, what do I say? You want to create homework. On the back of my sign-in sheet, it has all bedrooms. If you don't know what to ask, I just read how many bedrooms, what area you're looking for, a school, pool, it gives you stuff. You need to master the mortgage calculator, right? Now, the lender's going to get the exact amount, but you need to give them a baseline, because how are you going to search for homes if you know how much to look? They get a pre-approval for $600,000, but they only want to spend $1,800 a month. That doesn't make sense. Even if you're putting 25% down, if I'm not mistaken, that's still not enough. So, but they don't know that. You need to be the expert, right? And what's a better chance to do it is right there, because you're interviewing for the job. You're showing them that what you could do. So this is a quick script. I don't say the whole thing. Dalton knows that. How are you today? Great. What I try to do is I really don't have to do a lot. Darren knows this. Darren mastered the sign-in. Here you go, hand sanitizer, flyer, sign-in sheet. You know how I get someone to sign in? I hand it to him. That's it.
And I walk away.
Yeah, I walk away. Darren knows that. He walks in.
Dalton, Darren.
Oh, so yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Darren, go forever, just let it go.
So, but you don't have to go through this. When they're filling out that information, do not talk to them. It is hard for me not to talk, and I stop. Let them fill out that information. And when they're done, they're going to hand it to you. See if they have an agent. See if they have an agent. Right? And if they're looking to buy now. If they do have an agent, don't stop what you're trying to do, still add value, because you're going to be blown away. A lot of people say, oh, you have an agent? Oh, okay. Peace. They just drop them. I don't do that. Okay. Go to the next slide. Signs, go to the next one. We saw that, go to the next one. Okay, I make a flyer. I used to do the MLS flyer, but then I implicated Todd's idea, and then I think I added this to the back. Did you have this on yours?
No.
So I took Todd's, but changed it a little bit, or Ashley's, and then I wrote about me. I'm not trying to sell the house, I'm trying to sell me. You see that? I'm not trying to sell the house, I'm trying to sell me. It only took me 2 years to figure that out, right? So, you know, you learn from my mistake, right? Go to the next one, you're gonna get copies of this. My wife made this, go to the next one. That's the sign-in sheet. It only took me 2 years to figure this out, right? I had it where it was back to back to back to back. I had it where it looked like this. And Brett, tell me what happens when it looks like, where's the, tell me what happens when it looks like this, Brett. When the sign-in sheet looks like that and they're just on the same page.
Oh, they either don't sign in, they won't fill it out completely.
They copy what,
The person before.
they copy. So if the person before didn't put a phone number, if the person before didn't check that they had an agent, didn't have an agent, they're gonna copy that. Every time I would go, the first name on my sign-in sheet would be my wife's and my neighbor's address. I don't have a realtor, and I would put her email down and her phone number down on every sign-in sheet. And then I said, I gotta get smart. I gotta do better. I gotta make it individual, especially with COVID. I want them to take that little clipboard and I want them to get comfortable. I want them to just do their own thing over where they feel fine, you know, and they can walk around with it. They don't got to know and hang on to it. That's
So,
okay.
question with the clipboards, you know, why don't you go buy the $2 ones that don't have Dr. Seuss on them versus the dollar ones?
Because I like to say that my kids pick these out.
That's even better. That's why I asked. No, it's a break in the ice.
Non-negotiable minutes, non-negotiable minutes. Our kids grow up. I don't want to lose. I sport too much as is, right? So non-negotiable. My kids come with me. I take them shopping. They pick stuff out. I involve them. They would be right here helping me if they could, and they will once they get older.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's just an icebreaker, like, you know, they think they're using some cheap product, but no, it's like, hey, my kids pick this out.
No, it is cheap
you know.
because I am cheap. And it works.
That's true.
It's just the other one.
Yeah.
Now, what I need to do is have Kristen, you can write this down. We should make some with my logo on the back and a quote or sticker, you know, the Amazon giveaway.
Put a sticker.
You know, well, that down, I'm sure Todd hasn't done that. I'm sorry, now
We're
he's
going
Yeah. Okay.
We're going to the dollar store after this.
And then
No, 25 store.
now, why do I have this? You remember Marion?
Uh-huh.
My rock star?
Yeah.
That's not with me anymore. I think Tom, I don't know, I saw it somewhere. And they said, we have a letter of, this is pretty much someone coming in and wanting the property, and they want to make an offer right then and there. How many times has someone filled this out? Five in a year and a half. Is this a real offer? No. But when someone picks up this, and that's on its own clipboard, so if you look at the sheet on my table, this is right here, make an offer. They pick that up again. We're in a day and age where we don't gotta tell people what to do, they just do it. We don't gotta tell people what to do. You put it out there in front of them, they know how to read, probably better than me, and they know how to write, probably better than me, and they just do it. When I see them pick that up, you better go pay attention and say, great, and let them fill it out. How much do you want to offer? What do you need to close? We know that's not a contract, but what is that going to lead us to? A contract. Do you have an agent, right? So that I've only had it done 5 times, and out of the 5, we've closed 4 of them, right? So it worked, and I got that idea.
It's like a letter of intent on a commercial property.
What I'm trying to do is take out the person. Open Door, Zillow, OfferPad, they're already trying to get rid of this. I have that on that table. I have it on the table. Hey, we want to make an offer. We don't want to lose this. They pick up that. They don't even tell me. They don't even tell me. I see it, you know, so that it works. And then this is a flow chart with me. I don't know if Kristen made this or it goes before Kristen, but this is a flow chart, you know, how you go through the home process. Go to the next one. You're going to get a copy of this. Follow up. Okay. Ask Kristen, what 60% of my day, what is it? What it and I wish I could do more, but I got all these other things I gotta do that I'm trying to push on to Kristen that I can't. I'll do it more. I need more Christmas. You need to spend 80% of your day talking to people, not talking to people under contract. Hand that to someone else. You need to spend 80% of your day talking to new people or people that you're working with. Well, what do I say? Text in my house. Crystal, my wife, actually, she's so creative. She came up with this little Canva thing. What did it say, Kristen? it said, today's a great day to go see a house. And I had a picture on it, and she's like waving or something. And then and she sent it to 30 people. 7 of them replied and said, okay. And then she told me after that, and I said, hold on. Text an address. Find one address, use it for everybody in that city. Text that, the image, Canva, and then text a Zillow link to the address. Today's a great day to go see a house. Here's one that you might be interested in. If you spend more than 50% of your day doing that, you're gonna set an appointment for the next day. Tom Ferry, one of the fairies said this. Your goal every day is to set an appointment for the next. If you set it by 9 o'clock, go play golf. But you don't leave until you set an appointment. My goal, I have to like set 2 or 3 appointments. But your goal every day is to set an appointment. Have you heard that? Have you heard that? It's a simple business plan. If you want to succeed, do not stop working until you set an appointment. Simple as that. Don't stop calling people. I don't know who to call. Go through your phone. I don't know who to call. Go to Publix. Walk around. I don't know who to call. Go hang out at a new construction. I've done that new construction. I probably shouldn't have done that, but I did. And I got 2 closings from it. So, but what I'm trying to say is, go to the next slide. If you do not do this, you just wasted your time. So what do? Let's try to say this in like 3 minutes if it's possible. The open house is done. I have 10 sign-in sheets. I have 10 people where I have a clipboard. I have 10 people that sign in. What am I going to do? Everybody that came is going to get this is AM card. I'm going to email you a link to this. Curtis Lewis is amazing. He's a much better speaker than me. He's awesome. He wrote a book. I can't remember what it's called.
Appreciation marketing.
There you go. It's amazing. It's awesome, just like him. And he has a company that does cards. I cannot write my name correctly, let alone words, right? So this is all done, and I mail everybody a card. Everybody gets a thank you card, right? This is $2.25. Okay? You want to make sure the address is correct, and you want to make sure there's not an apartment. You need to Google the address. You need to make sure it's not an apartment, right? So don't go mail a card without doing that. Now it's time to put this into your database. So this is a card. This is pre-made. Thank you for stopping at my open house. Does everybody respond to this? No, but I pump them out. I pump them out. I pump them out. Next slide. So I give away Amazon gift card winners. I try to get winners to pay for them, as Darren knows, right? And if not, I pay for them. Why do I do this? It says on my sign-in sheet, win an Amazon gift card, right? It says for your chance to win an Amazon gift card. I don't push that as much as I used to because they see it. But the reason why, go back to the reason, when I started doing this, they started responding. My response went up like 60%. Oh my gosh, you made my day. I try to call them. Let's say Todd signed in. Todd, this is Jeff. It was great talking to you yesterday. Before I get into the things I was going to do for you, you won the Amazon gift card. I did? Yes. I never win anything. You won today, and you won with me, and we're going to win you a house, and we're going to go to Disney World. How does that sound? You got to think outside the box. Make it fun. Ask Kristen. I send videos. I do all kinds of goofy stuff. I do handstand videos, telling people they won stuff. So the Amazon gift card is for them to take a wall down. So let's think about this as psychological. Psychological. I'm trying to break down the wall. If I give you $20, more likely you're going to respond better, right? So how do I give them that $20? It's not in the other AM card. I'm trying to get him to figure out a way I can both. I either have the lender mail it because it all depends. Let's just say you're paying for it. Right? I either call or send a text message for them to confirm their address and their email. I do not give them that Amazon. Jeff, who do you give the Amazon gift card to? The people that wanted to do business with me, the people that gave me the most attention. And some of them that had an agent that I think they get them to talk to me. It's $20. The amount of money that me and Todd spend on leads, 20 is nothing. We spend $400 or $500 on a lead. $20 is nothing for a lead, if you think about it, right?
For a lead that costs nothing.
What costs your time and energy and all that stuff leading up to it. But if you do not do this the next day, you wasted your time. You need to text them. So out of 10 people, I have 4. If they check they don't have an agent, they're getting an Amazon gift card. How am I going to get it to them? I'm going to text them. Is this your right address? Is this your right email address? Yes, it is. And I want their home address because I want to mail that other card. You can email that Amazon gift card. I created a business account with Amazon, so it says Osborn Team. So when I email them the gift card, it's from Osborn Team. Before it said my wife's name, because it was my wife's name on, because she spends thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a month on Amazon. I mean, I feel it's a payment, I'm joking, but she doesn't own it. I'm sure everybody does. So anyways, if you what I'm trying to say is if you email it to them, make sure you're emailing it from an Amazon account that has your name on it. Does that make sense? Right? Or you can mail them the Amazon gift card. The point of it is to get it to them. If you say you're going to get it to them and you don't get it to them, don't make that mistake. I've made that mistake and make it again. Right? So let's say you had all these leads and you forgot one and you didn't get to it until Thursday. Let's say you didn't get to it until Friday, right? And you're like, oh, I didn't call this person. This was a good one. I called this person. Call that lead, text that lead and say, oh my gosh, I just realized I was texting. Now write this down. I just realized I was texting the wrong number. And now is this the right number? So here's a couple gold nuggets. If you get behind and you don't get to it, don't be like, I don't want to call him Thursday. It's already been how many days that is, 4 or 5 days. I don't call him Friday, it's been 5 days. I just realized I had the wrong number. Is this the right number? You won the Amazon gift card. Please confirm your email and address. So that's one, right? So I'm emphasizing how big of a deal this is. This is done on Monday. Do this Monday. You do your open house on Sunday, half of my day on Monday. Between 12 and 3 is when I do this. Put your leads in your system, your follow-up box. You need to have 2 new leads a day in order to succeed. Brian Seehan, in his book, he probably needs more than 2, but you need to have 2 a day, 14 a week. How do you get them? Let's say you didn't get any Monday through Friday, you can get 14 Saturdays. You need 2 new leads a day. You need to find 2 people a day. You got to put 2 people a day. You need to make 1 appointment a day. You need to put 2 people in your database a day. If you're not doing that, you're not going to succeed.
So Jeff, diving into the gift cards for a second, who wins? Just, and it's, normally you have a winner, it's one, but.
I'm giving as many out. I'll pay $150, $200 on open house if I have to.
Everybody thinks they're a winner. It's a participation award, but they all appreciate something.
I don't text everybody, so
Well,
let me dial it back. Mark and Gail. Sometimes you don't need to give them out. Sometimes they're already giving you your information. You're already setting up a home search. When I'm talking to them, this is what I'm trying to do. Whether they look, I'm there to sell that house. You like this house? Can you see yourself living in this house? Okay. Do you want to make an offer on this? Oh, you don't want to make an offer on this house? Okay. So if they like the house, let's focus on the house. You might not need to give them the Amazon gift card, but sometimes I do it even I don't need to. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to take them over here to my laptop and I'm trying to find what they want. So you wanted a pool, a 3-bedroom, 4-bath, a parka? Are you okay with winter garden? What do you think about Stony Brook East or Stony Brook West? Have you heard of Claremont? There's some good houses out there. Okay, I know what's for sale because I see this 27 times a day and this is all I do. What about this one, this one, this one? Do you like that one? Do you want to go see that one tomorrow? Your goal before the end of the open house is to set an appointment. I didn't say this earlier. Write this down. The goal for you to do is set an appointment. You want to set an appointment with someone that day and go show them houses the next day or the following day. Okay, I'm going to email you this one and this one and this one. Remember, you only have 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 minutes unless no one else is coming in. He sees me do this as fast as possible, and I'm skipping steps to get to the appointment step. I'm skipping steps to get to the commitment step. You know, so I'm trying to get them. I'm not going to walk around. Okay, here's the bathroom. Here's the kitchen. There's the master. Do you like this house? Okay, you don't. Okay, what about this one? Right? Because our job is to sell that house, and I sell a lot of houses. Whether I get leads from it or not, the people that are putting offers in, they're coming in and they're like, we put an offer in. I'm like, what? Okay, what'd you put? That's not good enough. Well, what's going on? Okay, let me see if I can find out. Yep, that's not good enough. If you want this, now if I was your agent, this is what I would recommend. It's okay if you can't do it, but I'm going to show you what you need to do to win. And then they go to either do their offer or submit their offer. And then you know what I'm saying? So what you're going to hear is a lot of agents aren't even talking to Todd. Well, Todd's not going to be talking. Whoever the person who walks on the weekend. But if you want to win for your client, I'll guarantee you, I'm going to get in front of that listing agent and make so much noise that we're going to win. I think we should do a class just on submitting an offer. Yeah. I don't want to go in now. It's going to. No. So I go back one. Okay. Monday, put this in. Monday, put this in. Follow up, boss. Pick your Amazon gift card winners. Everybody's going to have, you have my contact information. Call me, text me. Jeff, okay, what do you think? I'll help you. I do this with, I don't know how many people with the EXP class. Okay. I group message and introduce the lender, ask Aaron. I'm trying to create homework. So when I'm talking to them at the table, are you pre-approved? Not, okay. Oh, you are? Okay. I have a premier lender. He's amazing. She's amazing. Okay. Would you like me to introduce you? Okay. I'll group text you. Is that okay? Okay. Boom. I'm doing that tomorrow. I'm not doing it now, but I bring them over here, and I don't know if you noticed what I'm doing. I'm taking them and I'm making like this little comfort zone at the kitchen table. Unless there's like people everywhere, right? But I'm trying to, and then before you know it, people are listening to us. And people are listening to us over there. And then now they're waiting in line to come talk to me. Am I right? They're waiting in line. Can you help me next? That's what you want. That's what you want. I never saw anybody do this, but when I first started doing open houses, I was like, first I didn't bring a table, and then I started bringing a table, and then if no one's there, I'm working. I'm not. There's a misconcept. It's frustrating when there's no interview, but you're not there just sitting there waiting for someone to come in. You're working. Mindset. I'm here to work. I'm making a video of the home. I'm putting it on social media. I'm texting all my clients that I'm at the open house. I'm texting my clients the day before that I'm at the open house. You know, you got to be ready to do business everywhere. There's so many agents. Where's your computer? I don't know. It's at home. Where's your laptop? It's at home. What's it doing at home? When are you going home? Tonight. But what are you going to do? We need a laptop to work. You know, what I'm trying to get at is you bring everything with you. Go to the next slide. Go to the next one. Next one. Okay, go back to. Okay, right. I'm gonna text everybody this rebuttal. Right? What do you say when they say have an agent? I'm trying to think of the gold nuggets, things I need to tell you.
Why is he not here with you?
We'll get there. What do you say? That's a good one. That's a good one. But I'm going to show you the system, right? Our biggest thing is they have an agent. Everybody comes in with an agent. Everybody comes in with an agent. One of my team members, Jessica, is extremely good at this. She works at the hospital. She knows how to talk to people about their diet and their nutrition. That's what she does. I don't know if she's a nutritionist. So she's comfortable talking to people on how bad their diet is. Just imagine that conversation. What do you eat? You do this, you do this, you do this. Okay. Did you know that's not good? So you have to give bad information. So if you know that if you're in that type of industry where you have to give bad information, you should be good at this, right? So the old way, when someone said they had an agent, I would say, okay, are you still interviewing? And if they pause, then I'll just keep talking, which is not the right way. I'll just keep diarrhea of the mouth, right? So, but that worked. Are you still interviewing? What is that agent doing for you? So this is what I want you to do. So Darren's going to pretend to be the buyer, and I'm going to be the agent. Darren, I see here that you have an agent.
Yes.
So you have an agent? Are you committed?
To me, that's kind of a loaded question because it makes you think,
Are they committed?
are they committed? Or, you know, like you said, where's my agent at? Why isn't he ever?
Have you signed anything?
Yes.
You have. Normally, you're not going to hear that, especially if they didn't say committed. Okay, let's go real quick. What benefit is that agent doing for you in a market with other agents?
Not a lot of follow-up, unfortunately.
Anything else?
Shooting me a few texts here and there of housing for
Gotcha. Okay, that's still not bad. Okay, so what if me and my team or me, something that I like to do for my clients is I build video homes in the morning and I send them to my clients. So I text them that video, so that prevents them from even going and seeing it and wasting their time. So that's one. I'm huge on follow-up. So the way that I try to tier my day is when I have a client that needs to buy now, which I think you said you can buy now, release this in 30 days. I do a 3-step system: in the morning, in lunch, and in the evening. I have them on auto search, and it sends you an email or my client email or me an email. And I check it, and I have an assistant as well that helps me. So if something stands out, I'm not going to rely on you to tell me. I'm going to text you to say, hey, this is hot. You want to go check it out? And if you say yes, I'm already driving there before you get off the work. Would you be interested in working with someone like that? Okay, so we're gonna do that again. I want you to write these 4 things down. I'm going to text you this. If I would have done this, I would be making $100,000 more a year. I I would be making an extra $100,000. That's how important, the amount of open houses that I do, the amount of people that say they have an agent, if I would have duplicated this system. So the first thing I want you to write is paraphrase. Number one, paraphrase. If you, I don't know how I'm gonna get your email addresses, Todd's gonna send it to me.
We've got our QR codes, we're going to scan, then we'll drop your email addresses, and then we can get all this stuff out to you guys.
I'm gonna send you an email with this link.
Yeah.
I want you to write paraphrase. I want you to write commit. Number 2, commit. Am I on TV? Okay.
Yeah, you're on
One's
TV.
paraphrase, number 2 is commit. Number 3 is sign. Number 3 is sign. Number 4 is benefit. And Darren, I've sent you this video. Dalton, I've sent you this video. Okay. So we're gonna do that again. The client, I'm talking to him. I have an agent. Paraphrase. You have an agent? Yes. Okay. Are you committed? What you're gonna hear, it's like someone knocking on someone's door trying to sell them solar. I don't want to buy solar. Get out of here. I know it's good for me. I know it's good for the environment, but I'm not going to buy anything from someone at my door. Shoot. When you ask someone if they're committed, that's what they're going to do. That's the natural course, right? Are you committed? I'm not committed to anybody. I'm not committed to anyone. I'm committed to myself. And that, that's that mentality. Perfect. Have you signed? I don't sign. I'm not signing for anybody. I didn't even sign my mortgage, whatever, right? Perfect. And then, so you'll be shocked on those questions. You hear Mark, when we did it for the lender thing. Are you committed to the lender? No. Did you sign? Oh, hell, I would sign with them. Even though it's still with them. But you hear how their attitude, and they're in front of you. They're more likely in front of you. So you gotta be delicate and you want to be direct. Now, why do I think this is so much better? Because it gets me from A to Z real fast. It gets me A to Z. You're going to get people that, yes, I'm committed. I didn't sign, but they're my family member. They let me buy 3 homes, and I've been using them for 2 years. Amazing to stay with them. I'll be more than happy to be an opinion. I'll be more than happy to give you my advice. Maybe you know someone looking to buy or sell. Here's my information. I don't step on people's toes, right? And the people that are going to answer those questions like that, you need to, if you are committed, you need to ask. They're not going to tell you, are you related to them? Have they helped you buy a house before? Yes, that's why they're committed. Does that make sense? So, don't say you've done open houses before. What's the number one thing you're hearing? I have an agent, right? I have an agent. So now when you hear that, what are you going to say? Or practice.
Are you committed?
You want to practice? You want to practice? I'll be the buyer.
Yes.
I'll be the buyer. You got to practice this.
Yeah.
I'll practice with you. Todd will practice with you. He talks a lot. Just let him.
Yeah.
So what's your name?
Holly.
Holly. So you be the buyer. I'll be the agent, and we first. So Holly, it was a pleasure talking to you. You said that your signing sheet says that you have an agent.
Yes.
So you have an agent?
Kind of, yeah.
You see how I asked that twice and the word changes? You see how that's normal. I like that. That's why I asked it twice. Okay, are you committed?
Kind of, they send me some things, I've seen them once or twice, but not.
And you see how it's a natural for someone to back out of being committed. So that's okay. So, and have you signed?
No.
Okay, and what benefits does that agent help him or her help doing for you to stand out in the market like it is now?
Sure, because I've only seen a couple things with them.
Okay, and you see my little hands here, so I'm not sure. I've just counting. I've only seen a couple things with them. Okay, so what I like to do is my routine, right? My follow-up, right? And I go video homes in the morning before my clients get off work. Is that something that you could benefit from?
Yeah.
Would you like, okay, and then boom, right? So instead of spending hours or days trying to get this agent thing out of the way, I just did it in 2 minutes. If I would have learned how to do this like 2 years ago or a year ago, I would be $100,000 more money. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Because it shows me who I want to work with, who I can work with. That's okay. So I'm the buyer. My name's Jeff.
My favorite role play. Jeff, it was great talking to you today. Are you working with an agent currently?
Yes,
Okay, and are you committed to that agent?
I'm committed.
Have you signed anything?
No, I haven't signed it. I don't know what that means.
So where you should have said, oh, so you are working with an
Like
agent.
it's just like,
Or-
yes.
What's this? In a market like this, what benefits does that agent doing for you to stand out? And you can put this in your words, let's just think.
In this market, what is this agent doing to benefit?
In a market like this,
In a market like this,
what benefits
what benefits
is your agent doing to
is your
stand
agent
out? To stand out?
to stand out?
Well, I don't think my agent's doing anything to stand out. We put 2 offers on 2 homes and we didn't win. I don't know why we didn't win them. I asked him to find out, his name is Mark, or actually Todd. I asked him to find out and he couldn't tell me because we could have offered more money. We actually could have went more. So I don't know, it's really emotional and time consuming question. So repeat back what I just said. And then say how you're gonna make sure we don't lose. We lost 2 offers.
I lost 2 offers, it's emotional and the agent's not, figuring out why you lost those offers because you didn't get more money. You know, one of the things I like to do for my buyers is I like to reach out to the agents, see what, you know, they're looking for in that offer. And if we were to lose that offer, to see what the winning offer was and what we could have done better to be more competitive.
I like that. Okay. And then now you want to close. Would you like me to do that for you?
Would you like me to do that for you?
Sure.
Okay, great. I have your phone number here, your email is correct.
And I always have the phone number because I have bad handwriting, so does everybody else. And if that number is bad, I can't get a hold of it. And I repeat back to you.
So, Jeff@gmail.com.
Yep.
555-123-4566.
So when I first said this, I wasn't as smooth. Well, I might have been kind of smooth, but I wasn't as smooth as I am now, right? So practice, right? The thing about doing open houses is you could fall flat on your face 10 times, and then 11th person comes in there and you don't. And you think you're falling flat on your face. Toastmasters taught me this. I'll end it after this. Toastmasters taught me this. The only person that knows that you're falling on your face, the only person that knows that you don't know what you're doing, the only person that knows that you messed up, the only person that knows that you might not know the right words to say is you. Does that make sense? Is you. So if you don't say I messed up, if you don't say I was supposed to say that different, no one will ever know. They think that's how it's supposed to be done. Never say that you're new. Never say that you're part-time. And never say that you don't have an answer. Never say that you're new, never say that you're part-time, and never say that you don't have an answer. Kristen hears me say this all day. I would like to do some research and put together the best game plan for you. Right? So write this down. When someone wants to put an offer in for a home, a traditional agent is going to say, what do you want to offer? When someone wants to put an offer on a home, a traditional agent is going to say, what do you want to offer? That's not what I do. When they say, we want to put an offer on a home, I'm saying, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some recon. Now I can do some real homework. I'm going to build a rapport with the listing agent. I've already found out how many offers they had. If I didn't, I'm looking to see how many offers they had, if they're cash, if they're not cash. I know my clients, I should know what my client can and can't do. We should do another class on how to write an offer.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, okay, I'm going to pause. If y'all aren't doing this ahead of time with your buyers, Brett knows what I'm fixing to say. If you're not doing this, if you're not having a powwow about what market we're in, what it takes to win, they're going to be mad at you when they go put an offer in and you tell them what it takes to win. We have to go $20,000 to $60,000 over purchase price. We have to go $20,000 to $60,000 over appraisal or no appraisal. We have to go home inspection or no home inspection. You have to give half for a deposit, half for escrow away, non-negotiable, if you want to win. It doesn't mean you have to do that, but if we find something that's nice, there's going to be 20 other people trying to do the same thing. And I'm here for you to win. I'm here for us to win. I do not like losing. We lost 6 times at Martindale, and we won the 7th time. And this 7th time was the best one. This house was the meanest. But we lost 6 times, and we offered 60,000 over, and we offered 50,000 over appraisal, and we didn't do a home inspection. We just came in second. And you know how I said that we put in 2 offers and we lost, and I didn't know what they were? That's what they told me. And I said, if I could help you figure out why you lost, would that benefit you? And they said yes. And I said, go ahead. I think I'm done.
Cool. Thank you, guys. It's got a lot of information to spill out. So I appreciate you being here. If you haven't scan that, we'll get the slide decks over to you guys. And then that'll also let you guys know when we have other things coming up that we're hosting here. So I appreciate it.
I think we should do a training on submitting how to submit a winning offer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's who's running into issues submitting an offer.
That's a lot of it. It's
What's
like,
your weekly goal? So two things. What's your weekly goal to get pre-approvals? How many pre-approvals are you doing a week? What's your weekly goal? And what's your weekly goal in submitting offers? How many offers are you trying to submit? It could be for one person, it could be for 5. My goal is 15. I want to submit 15 offers a week. I want to do 10, 12 pre-approvals. That 15 might be for 2 people. That 15 might be for 1 person. But she's an offer writing machine. She's extremely happy to sit right off. She's like, give me another. You know, look at her, she's smiling. I'm that serious. So, if you don't have a goal, what do you?
exactly. Cool. I think that's it. All right, guys, I appreciate you.
I'll stop.
Yeah, we will keep you guys posted. We'll definitely talk on the winning offer stuff, because it's a constant conversation. And how to keep it, part of that is how to keep buyers engaged.
And we need to pay our bills.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Right again. Those 13 lots. Where do you have those now?
What's that?
Sanctuary.
Oh, Sanctuary,
Okay.
up in, Pop.
Carroll States.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So, I mean, is there a builder attached to that?
We got, I mean, you can pick any builder that's there, but we've got 2 builders that are in their work currently. Barry Beck is one of them. And then, and if you've got a lender who's got a construction firm loan, who's got a builder that's associated.
So how much are the lots?
Between 110, 150.
Not bad. They're not.
No,
they're-
not
they're-
bad.
The price point where the buyer's gotta be around 700, 800 to really make it work.
Yeah.
Cause it's 2,500 square foot, 3-car garage and tile roof, which that's, getting up in that upper product.
HOA requirements.
Yeah.
3-car garage, power rate, 25.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, I'm honestly considering buying some for myself.
Oh,
And then
okay.
I'll build them. And
Yeah.
then sell
Yeah.
them.
Well, if you can do that, it's a perfect scenario.
Yeah, no, I know.
It's right, it's like on part of
It's
the.
a Vic and Welch is right there.
Yeah, no, I know right where
So let
you're
me
at.
shift the zoom down.
Kind of looks smarter.
So that's good to know.